You're such an asshole.
This one's a squirmer. One of these days I'll write a book about how many trillions of dollars is wasted where everybody is looking for the easy way and no one does it the hard way, and therefore they waste trillions of dollars doing the easy way, which doesn't work. Everyone's trying to find, this is a full-grown adult too, a returning client. Hi, Aaron. I don't mean to slam on him that much, but you need to be slapped across your face, dude. Hi, Aaron. I'm a returning client seeking advice as to my university degree, career options, and my relocation. My situation is I'm a 22-year-old Aussie male who is heavily interested in gym bodybuilding world, who's in the process of becoming more independent and working towards supporting himself. 22. Now, I don't know how it is down in Oz, but 4 years degree, I presume you're 22. Now it'd be about the time you graduate. All right. And you've made changes that you graduate maybe at 23 with a good degree. This is all good. I'm in my final year of university studying business with an emphasis in accounting with accreditation requirements, and have chosen to revoke my previously poorly completed law units. I transferred out of the undergraduate law degree and undertaken a minor in business analytics, only 5 extra units. Before you say business analytics is dumb, the subjects are actually worthwhile in terms of learning the ropes, Python, R, and data. I agree. You get any computer programming languages under your belt or database searching? Good. You're right, and that would open up the world to quantitative analysis, maybe something down the road if you want to get an advanced degree, or just maybe they say, oh, hey, you know how to do this? Well, come work in the IT department or something. So I'm not begrudging you that at all. That's a good minor. I'm currently in the process of assessing my option for graduate careers. I previously submitted a follow-up request asking about digital nomadism in accounting, but I'd like to assess all my options before I commit to a decision. Your video response recommended I wait 2 to 3 years working in Australia to eventually travel overseas. If I recall correctly, I said you need to support yourself like an adult. You need to become an adult, right? Before you go overseas. Plus the added aspect of being able to do accounting remotely while you're overseas would make it easier for you to stay overseas. It's one thing if you go on a pure vacation where you're just paying cash and you're not making money. If you became an accountant, graduate, become an accountant, get a little bit of side business going on, that can fund you a little bit. So and you're in Australia, you're away from everything. So when you go somewhere, it is not, unless it's like Bali, it's not a light commitment. So the more you could stay out there, actually kind of save money in advance. I thought about it more, and if I was to pursue a chartered accountancy qualification, which is Australia's version of the CPA, I would first want to have worked out where I want to live long term. Here comes the squirming. Bro, I want to like travel and figure out where I want to go, bro. Before I get my accounting. No. Let me get this right. You're in the middle of accounting. You're almost about to finish your degree. You're on fire. You got your study habits. You're going to put a fucking stop to that and then go travel, bro. No. Am I like, I feel like you're dead. You mentioned your mom before. Is your dad around? I'm not slamming like, where's your dad? But no, it's like, why am I taking on the role of the dad here? Like, no, sit the fuck down and study. It's like the South Park episode. Shut up and study. No, you're not traveling around the world, bro. Now, I pick on you for being a bro, but this guy actually is legit. Gym, works out. If I recall correctly, weren't you like even semi-pro? Don't give that up. I want you to go work out. Absolutely. Do that. Go bang as many hot Aussie girls if they exist. I don't know. I haven't been down there. No, you're not going for a gap year. Shut up and study. You're not going to travel overseas. You got to shut the fuck up. You got to sit down. You got to study, and you're going to go get a job. You really do. You think you get to do world travel again? Australia, you don't have any other choice but to do world travel. You're so far away from everything. You get to do world travel when you still live at home with mom or rely on the government. I don't know how it works down there. No, get a job. Support yourself. Get an apartment. Although, if you did get a job and you could live with your mom and save up the money and then travel, so I don't know if I'd necessarily get an apartment if you do it month to month, because if you're going to be gone for several months while you're traveling around the world, which I'm for at the right moment in time, you don't want to be having no lease you got to get rid of. So something to consider down the road for a little bit of future planning. But generally, no, you don't need to know where you want to live before you major in accounting. That no, no. Shut up and study. I would thought about more, and if I was to pursue a chartered accountancy qualification, I would first want to have worked out where I want to live long term. I don't think chartered accountancy has the same cross border ability as, say, programming laws and regulations. So here we are, bro. Here we are. Did you look up reciprocity for the Australian chartered accountancy? Did you look it up? I did. I think I even had to look it up for the world's greatest accounting career course. Because there are foreigners who want to like, well, wait, can I learn U.S. taxes and work as a U.S. accountant, but be overseas? Like, yeah, actually you can. There's ways. But in your particular case, to become the CPA equivalent, they have reciprocity programs. You could look into them. It may require you take some added coursework to familiarize yourself with the U.S. And as it pertains to specific, like you and New Zealand automatically have reciprocity. The U.K., not so much. Canada, not so much. But in the United States, because our chartered accountancy / CPA certification is state based, it's up to the individual state. So you would have to get your chartered accountancy in Australia, work up a little bit of money, then travel. And you mentioned some states. So right now, you're down to what, Texas and Florida you're looking at? Okay. I would look into the reciprocity requirements for an Australian with a chartered accountant certification in Texas and Florida, just as a ballpark right now. Right? But why didn't you do that research? It, it is like I got a kid. It's got like a 14-year-old kid, always trying to chintz around. Always, you call that a mowed yard? How is that a mowed yard? That's not a mowed yard. Mow the yard. You're always looking for the cheap way around. Stop being an 8th grade middle school boy and be an adult. I don't think the chartered accountancy has the same cross-border ability as, say, programming laws and regulations. No, you're wrong. It does. Again, you might, depending on the state, you're going to have to probably take some added certification and tests. In terms of relocation, I mentioned in a subsequent video that I would like to explore northern UK or Tampa / Texas. And you asked why. The answer is that I know people in the UK. I'm very close with my bodybuilding coach who would love to be there in person. Wow. You can move across the planet for that? I love some of my friends. I don't want to live next to them. Like, can't you visit? I'm deeply grateful for the people who I align with and cannot wait for the day that I can be there in person with them. Well, look, go visit them for a while, but you're not going to like live next to them. They may not. This may dawn on you. I don't know if this dawned on you or not. They may like, oh, wow, that's great. That's cool. I'm glad you like me. What do you mean you're buying the house next door? What do you mean you're moving here on account of me? That's creepy. Deeply grateful, and I cannot wait for the day I can be there in person with them. Also, bodybuilding is significantly bigger in Europe and America than Australia. I also would like to pursue entrepreneurship in the gym world on the side and want to be closer to the action. All right. When you get your college degree and you get a job and you get your certification and then you start, I'm okay with you doing an initial reconnoitering. Okay. I am for you before you graduate. Like if you got a summer vacation or whatever, maybe you guys do winter vacation. I don't know what it is, but you don't go to school year round, right? I think a good use of your money would be to take a quick trip, what would it be? Trying to think how the globe works. I would go get your big flight out of the way first. Go to the United States, fly across the Pacific. Go to Texas, go to Tampa, check it out, hit the UK, then drop south, go back home. Just spend a couple days in each, all right? Maybe like a week or two, no more than 2 weeks. Scope out what you need to scope out. get back to Australia, get back to your studies. Right. And then having that initial reconnaissance, your goal is to find things like, oh, this wouldn't work in Texas because I hadn't been there. I don't have boots on the ground. I thought I'd like Tampa, but I don't like the humidity or whatever it is. There's too many palm trees here. And then you go, I don't know, the United Kingdom, and you're like, I don't know, I kind of miss the sun, whatever. But that would just be to further refine your long-term plan of going overseas, right? And you need a break. I admit you got to take a little bit of a vacation. So why not visit your friends in these various countries briefly, get back to Australia, and that might simplify your plan. Well, I thought I wanted to be next to my sensei. Found out the dude was a girl. I'm kidding. I just don't like the lack of sun in the United Kingdom. I couldn't go there. I was very depressed. Now your future plans are a lot more simplified. But the basic plan doesn't change. You need to have an employable skill and ideally some clients in accounting that you can do remote before you start leaving Australia on a more permanent basis. And I'm okay if once you get everything else squared away, you become an entrepreneur you had some different ideas within the gym entrepreneurship world. I wasn't against them. In terms of career, I would like assistance in choosing a path. I'm still very open to accounting, but I'd like more advice on the specifics. At the moment, I'm looking at the Big Four UK graduate programs in technology and data risk. I want to, no, you're complicating this. Now you got to fly across the planet, pay out of country tuition, I'd imagine. Just get your accounting certification, your certified chartered accountant, in Australia, and then go take the handful of tests to get reciprocity in whichever country it is you want to go, which you don't know yet, right? You don't need to get an advanced degree. Stay in Australia where the tuition is cheap, get the qualifications to pass the chartered accountancy, pass it, and then go overseas and say, hey, can I get a Texas CPA? But by that time, you should have enough accountant or clients in Australia that maybe you don't necessarily need the Texas CPA. I have the raw intelligence to do most things. Yeah, but you keep looking for the easy way out, man. And I would like a predictable, monotonous, legitimate career that would give me a foundation to work out the next step. Good. Build your foundation in Australia where you're there now and it's cheap. Please do offer any advice. Send me the payment link. Yep, there we go. All right. If I graduate exclusively without the business analytics component, I'll graduate June of this year. Most of the Australian mid-tier Big Four graduate programs offer chartered accountant experience. Don't start until early. Graduate programs don't start until early 2026. Oh, because we're in 2025 now. That's right. That means if I stay in Australia, I may not get the chance to live in the UK or even travel until 2028, 2029 for 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years. Yes, you're right. Yes, it won't be until 2028. You are correct. What? No, I have spoken, okay? It takes a while to get your CPA chartered accountant. Yes, but once you're done, you got from 2028 until you're fucking dead to do whatever you want. There's no going around this. Buckle down and do it. And then I would find if there's a way to get your chartered accountancy even earlier. I know 2026, that's when we're taking enrollments. We're already in 2025, so I don't know what the application schedule looks like. But, knuckle down, count your didgeridoos, and sleep at the fortnights, all right? I have spoken. Okay, super chats, no super chats. There we go. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.